We have two main characters. We have the narrator, and then we have Robert, who is otherwise known as the blind man. We also have three other secondary characters, including the narrator's wife, Robert's wife, Belua, as well as the narrator's wife's ex-husband. Well, first, Belua dies, which leads Robert to visit his in-laws in Connecticut, and then by train he goes to visit the narrator's wife, who in the past had previously worked for him in Seattle as a reader. The narrator's wife is very excited, but Robert is much less so. His idea of blindness comes from what he's seen in movies, and he can't seem to understand the poems or tapes that his wife has made for or received from Robert at all. Well, after continuously complaining to his wife about Robert's strange wedding, Robert finally arrives at the house. The narrator is very put off by his appearance, which doesn't include the typical blind sunglasses, or the cane used by blind men, or the seeing eye dog that is typically around. This continues as they talk of Robert's journey and his past with the narrator's wife. Well, eventually, they'll get hungry and they sit down to have this massive feast prepared for by the narrator's wife. And then they ate everything. Everything. They even ate the half of a strawberry pie that was there. Well, eventually, and after that, they go sit down and watch TV. And this is a very strange fact. Robert knew it was a color TV, even though he can't see, which was very strange to the narrator's point of view. Then they roll up and smoke some marijuana, which is interesting, to say the least. And while they're watching the TV, Robert eventually asks the narrator what a cathedral is like, because it popped up on a TV program. So then the narrator goes to him and starts explaining the history of cathedrals and what he knows about. But Robert can't seem to understand, so he's like, okay, go upstairs, get a pen and paper, and you're going to draw a cathedral for me while my hand's on your hand so I can see what it looks like. And so they start drawing. And the story eventually ends with Rob asking the narrator, "Are you looking?" And the narrator responds in a very surprised and sort of euphoric fashion, "It's really something."